This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell and Missy Kohler. News 25, local news you can count on. News is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson. News 25 is also brought to you by Silver State Health, Pahrumps exclusive pediatric care clinic. Call 775-505-1214 for an appointment.
Welcome to News 25. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. It's Monday.
I'm Missy Kohler. It is tax day, May 17th.
Sure is. Well, windswept fire Saturday evening in Pahrump destroys several structures, a vehicle and 2 travel trailers at a home on Basin Avenue.
Just after 6 p.m., we were dispatched for a report of a structure fire. As crews were responding, they observed a large smoke column developing. Our first 2 crew arrived approximately 6 minutes into the assignment. They found a well-involved double-wide manufactured dwelling with extension to a nearby placed sedan, a 5th-wheel trailer, which was extending to a second, which was on the neighboring property 5th-wheel trailer. Also involved was a shed that was located on what we would call the Bravo side, which is the left side of the structure. Our initial report was that there was possibly an occupant trapped in the primary dwelling. So obviously our first consideration was life safety. As that first 2 crew arrived on location, they determined that that occupant and all occupants were safely out of the structure and accounted for with no injuries. This was a wind-driven fire in a no hydrant area. Crews commenced a quick defensive exterior attack, and also then had to focus on a developing brush fire, which was at the head of the flames, so across the street heading north into a large open area. So then we moved into the defensive exterior posture, protecting the exposures, that being the neighboring property, and also focusing on the advancing brush fire. As crews did that, they were then able to also focus on the primary fire attack, bringing all those 3 things together in short fashion and having the fire under control in less than an hour. And there were no injuries reported initially. However, as the scene progressed, 4 people were ultimately treated and AMA'd on the scene.
And thankfully, the propane tanks involved in that fire did not ignite. Of course, the American Red Cross is helping that family, according to Fire Chief Scott Lewis. If you would like to help, you can contact Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue.
A 3-vehicle accident in Pahrump sends 2 people to the local hospital and causes significant damage to 2 classic cars.
Early Saturday morning, just before 9 o'clock, we were dispatched for a report of a 3-vehicle accident. It was unknown the extent of injuries. As we arrived on location, we found that at least 2 of the cars were classic cars that were en route to a local motorsports ranch. As they were slowing down for an unknown reason, it appears that there was a chain reaction, rear end strike, and both cars sustained significant damage. There were injuries. We transported 2 from the scene to the local hospital.
Troopers tell News 25 that there was a chain reaction when the car in front made a sudden stop. He did not get hit. A pickup truck following behind everybody did run into the vehicle in front of him, which caused that chain reaction.
And Chris Holderson was in court this morning to enter his plea after his arrest on March 8th after he spent weeks terrorizing Pahrump neighborhoods.
31-year-old Holderson had been suspected of committing numerous crimes in the area around Bourbon Street. On March 4th, Nye County Sheriff's Office responded to a report of a robbery. The victim reported that a man entered her home while she was there and stole her purse. Tips from the public suggested that the suspect was Holderson, and the victim of the robbery identified him from a photo lineup. Deputies were finally able to locate Holderson on March 8th behind an apartment complex in Pahrump. Deputies observed Holderson running away and shoving items into his mouth. Deputies recognized this as an attempt to conceal or destroy evidence, specifically narcotics. Holderson was taken into custody and refused to spit the bags of drugs out. He was transported to Desert View Hospital. While at the hospital in custody, Holderson attempted to escape. Officers were forced to restrain him, and in the struggle, 1 deputy was injured. Today, Christopher Holderson entered a guilty plea on 2 counts. Count 1 was escape of a prisoner, and Count 2 was battery by a prisoner. The district attorney's office entered into this deal with Holderson because they knew that these charges would bring significant jail time. Holderson is now facing 10 to 16 years in jail and will have to pay restitution to his victims. Holderson asked his attorney, Nathan Gent, to argue for an own recognizance release until sentencing, and the judge denied the request, stating that because Holderson tried to escape custody once and was on an OR release at the time of his arrest, he was unwilling to consider a release. Holderson is due to appear in court for his sentencing on July 26th.
We'll be back with more News 25 in just a few, so stick around.
You're watching News 25, the most recognized and farthest reaching local news in Nye County. News 25, local news you can count on. This segment of the news is brought to you by Pahrump Veterans of Foreign Wars Post 10,054, open to our veterans and our community. Stop by or give them a call.
Welcome back. Lawmakers on Capitol Hill discuss how to pay for a proposed infrastructure plan. Retail sales stall in April, and the IRS says it can seize cryptocurrency to settle unpaid taxes. Here's Angela Miles.
Topping our news, wheeling and dealing will be big in Washington this week. Last week, President Biden revealed to Republicans details of his $2.3 trillion infrastructure plan that covers repairing roads, bridges, and improves broadband across America. Biden included a compromise on various ways to pay for that proposal. The White House expects on Tuesday, Republicans will offer their counterproposal. The GOP's starting negotiation point is $568 billion for the Republican roadmap. Checking the economy, retail sales stalled out in April as Americans waited for more stimulus money to come in. The Commerce Department reports retail sales remain unchanged at 10.7%. And a tax day reminder, the IRS could seize cryptocurrency assets such as Bitcoin to settle unpaid taxes. Crypto is considered property and not currency under tax laws.
Thanks so much, Angela. Well, come one, come all to the Pahrump Music Festival. We caught up with Doug Dubin to find out all that is going on for this year's event.
The Pahrump Music Festival, June 3rd through the 6th. It's going to be exciting. We have some amazing music entertainers coming in from around the country. We're actually going to kick the event off with our own local John Michael Ferrari, 2021 Grammy nominee. Pretty exciting. We have our featured band on Thursday night is 3 Chord Monty, another local band. Great. On Friday night, everybody's going to want to be there because we have the Reeves Brothers, local band, but they're actually flying in from Nashville for this event. And then Saturday night, we have the #1 Tim McGraw cover band in the country, Vegas McGraw. He looks like Tim. He sounds like Tim. It's going to be an amazing time. We have some great food trucks coming out, you know, mouth-watering food. We have we have an art exhibit, which is going to be great. Local artists. In fact, most people don't know, but the U.S. ambassador for art to Belgium lives right here in town.
Wow.
And she's going to have a demonstration about art. She's going to talk a little bit about it. And also, she's painting an acoustic guitar to auction off. Ooh. Pretty exciting stuff. Then we have another artist that's being highlighted down on Fremont Street. David does a great job. He actually is donating an acrylic that sells down at the gallery for $5,000. That's also going to be up for auction to help us raise money. We're pretty excited. We actually have a lot of companies around the country that have been sending in items for auction. In fact, it's kind of amusing. We have 3 whiskey companies that are sending us cases of whiskey.
Wow.
Now, this isn't the Jim Beam and the stuff you're going to find in the store. This is small production stuff. And again, you can only get it at the Pahrump Music Festival. We also have, for the very first time, a brand new carnival. That's really exciting. And we have the lowest cost for pre-sale tickets in Southern Nevada. For just $25, people can get Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. They get to choose what day they're using it. And you're not limited. You can get it for one day. You can buy a second ticket and come in the second day. We want people to come and enjoy the carnival. It's going to be great.
Well, where's going to be held at?
That is a great question. Of course, Petrack Park. That's the place to have all the events. Yeah. The event starts at 3:30. Want to come out and see the high school junior ROTC is going to come bring the flags out. And then our own local Avery Sampson is going to be singing the Star-Spangled Banner. Wonderful. And then right after that, John Michael Ferrari kicks off and opens the event. And he'll actually be performing Thursday, Friday, and Saturday from 4 to 5 o'clock. So again, there is no cost to get into the event. The event is free. The only thing you're going to pay for is the carnival tickets. Pre-sale is $25. At the gate is $35. So you save a little money.
Can you talk a little bit about vendor booths? Is there going to be any of those?
Absolutely. Got to have the vendors. We have a whole array of vendors. We have a lot of local, but we're also getting a lot of vendors, not only from Vegas, but we have vendors coming from other parts of the country. So it's going to be pretty exciting. And just so your viewers know, we do have vendor space available.
Oh, fantastic. So they can still sign up for this vendor space right now. Are you guys still looking for musicians?
As a matter of fact, we are still getting a whole stream of musicians, and they can contact Jennifer or Tiffany. They are the talent coordinators this year. They can also go to our website, which is parumpmusicfestival.com. We want to make it really easy for people to get a hold of us. They can also see who's going to be there. They can see our entertainment. They can see the vendors. They can see the activities that we're going to have. parumpmusicfestival.com.
A Pahrump woman stuck at home during the pandemic put her time to good use. She went to school, then she opened her own real estate office. Shireen Wade explains how Line by Line Realty came to be.
I can't believe I did this. I was stuck at home with coronavirus. I mean, I didn't have it, but I have highly susceptible people at home, and I chose to stay home for a year. So needless to say, I went to school, and here I am. I was just going to do transaction coordinating. I like the paperwork side, you know, see the file from open to close. And needless to say, my husband said, well, you have a broker's license. Go be a broker.
Yeah.
Here I am. The market is insane. Not crazy, it's insane. So if you ever thought about selling your house, right now is the time to sell it. But also, if you're a buyer and you want to buy a house, you need to really prepare yourself for this market. Have your pre-approval, not a pre-qual. Have your pre-approval. Be ready to match, you know, the guy with the cash and stuff. Trust me, the day they hit the market, you better go look at it and be prepared, because they're going. We're moving. We have 89 houses, or 89 properties, excuse me, on the listings today. Wow. And only 3 new ones. I think I stand out because I have, in my mind, good moral ethics, good moral values. I want to make sure my client's happy from beginning to end. And like I said, I do love the paperwork. I like to see where the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed, make sure the dates are met. That right there, if I wanted to say that would be my single specialty, it would be that I want to be a transaction coordinator and let the agents sell the real estate. I am at linebylinerealty.com, or I'm at 2360 South Calvada, Suite A1, and you can call me at 702-321-9019, or you can email me at my name, Shireen, at linebyline.com.
And we'll be back with more News 25 just after this break.
You're watching News 25, brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500. News 25, local news you can count on.
You may think you don't need a vaccine, but the Cleveland Clinic doctor says it's still important to have the protection.
We know that a small number of people can get COVID a second time, but even without getting it for a second time, it's important that you make sure that all aspects of your immune system are peaked and ready to go in case you see COVID-19 again. And the vaccine will help you do that.
Dr. Kristen England is an infectious disease specialist. She says while a person does develop immunity after recovering from COVID-19, there is not enough research to show how long it will last. So when should you get vaccinated then? She says as soon as you're out of quarantine. However, if you've received monoclonal antibodies as part of your treatment for the virus, you should wait 90 days. Dr. England says she has full confidence in the vaccine and its many benefits.
If you are looking for another reason to get the vaccine, just look around you and see all of the loved ones around you. And even those who cannot get the vaccine or haven't gotten the vaccine, haven't been eligible, like children, it's really important to make sure that you're protecting not only yourself, but them as well.
Dr. England says aside from providing protection from the virus, they've also learned the vaccine can help reduce symptoms for some COVID-19 long haulers.
For today's Save a Pet, we're back at Desert Haven Animal Society. That's where Darby O'Donnell introduces us to Lita.
Hi, I'm Darby here at Desert Haven Animal Society, and today we are joined with Lita. Lita is a 2-year-old yellow lab mix, incredibly cute personality. She's a medium-sized dog is how I would refer to her. She's a little bit too big to be a small, but too small to be a medium. She's kind of like a little sausage. She has cute little ears that kind of poke up, but extremely, extremely friendly. She came out to the yard, wanted to greet every single human, has a very large personality. You definitely want to take her out to there so she can go and get off some of her energy and get used to you, and then you can see how really sweet she is. If you want to come and see Lita or any of her friends here at Desert Haven Animal Society, give them a call ahead of time to make an appointment. 775-751-7020, or you can always look them up on their Facebook page at Desert Haven Animal Society.
News 25 Weather Cam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Hi, it's John Kohler staring out the KPVM weather window. Oh no, a giant cactus attack. There's Mount Charleston. Look at it. Kind of a cloudy day today. We'll tell you about the weather and all that in just a second.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hi, good evening, Nevada. It's John Kohler from the KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studios, and this is your report on a Monday. What happened there with the rain this weekend? I don't think anybody saw that one coming, did you? Amazing stuff, and a little flash flooding here and there throughout Nye County. Let's take a look at the weather throughout the state. Fernley, Fallon, Carson City, you're within 3 degrees of separation. You're doing better than Kevin Bacon up there with your temperatures in the high 70s and low 80s. Tonopah, Goldfield, a little bit cooler, 71, 74. Actually, I bet that feels pretty good. Up to Beatty, proper, 83 degrees. 87 in Amargosa, almost 90 degrees in Las Vegas. We'll call it 90-degree light. And out in Death Valley, 100 degrees temperature. Here in the Paradise of Pahrump, where the air is pure, the grass is green, and everybody's burly feeling. It's 83 degrees. 86 was our high today. A little bit of humidity, 20%, making it feel kind of dewy on my dome. Sun rose this morning at 5:35 a.m., and it'll set this evening at 7:45 p.m. A little less than 10 hours, 9 hours, and some. Not too much night to deal with, but I think we'll enjoy what we can. Low tonight will be about 63 degrees as we head on into the week. What do you think? Clear skies? Yeah, that looks good till about Friday, but look at those winds kicking up Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. 13, 19, 23 mile per hour winds on Thursday. Boy, they're really building. Knocks the temperature down from our highs of 95 earlier this week down to about 72 by Friday, and that'll recover somewhat as the sun peaks out on Saturday, Sunday this coming. With winds at not too bad, 11, 12 miles per hour. I think it'll just be wonderful. All right, so have yourself a wonderful Monday evening, and we will catch you on Tuesday with all the news of the day. Back to the desk, it's Missy and Deanna.
Thanks so much, John. Well, today is tax day. They extended it a month. Mm-hmm. So if you haven't filed your taxes, the IRS is saying at least file an extension. And you can do that today by going to irs.gov and making sure that you have filed your extension, because they're saying even if you don't have the money to pay the taxes, make sure you're in there today to get that extension going. And, you know, they have all sorts of question and answers on irs.gov. So go there for more information. Anyways, that's going to wrap up this edition of News 25. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
I'm Missy Kohler. Thanks for watching. Have a great evening.
Good night.